All right, so question from Aaron Moore. Thank you for the super chat. Do you guys think stock to flow will be accurate in 2021? Best guess, what will be the Bitcoin high in 2021? Okay, all right. Obviously, I mean, nobody knows is the real answer, but we can try to speculate, right? In terms of where Bitcoin will be in 2021, that's, I mean, that's tough. First thing first, I would check Token Metrics. I'll just check the price prediction to see where Bitcoin will be in November, because then that will kind of give us an idea of where it's going in 2021. So if I pull up Token Metrics here, so if we go to price prediction for Bitcoin, okay, so this has Bitcoin as we approach November being at around 12,000. So kind of a slow, gradual movement towards 12,000. Right now, it's actually 11,300. So actually right now, Bitcoin is higher than where models would have predicted it's going, which is actually a good sign. Right now, where would it be? I mean, in past videos, I've mentioned I think Bitcoin could go as high as 50,000. So now that was very speculative, but that was based on looking at the historical price of Bitcoin and how high it went up with each bull run. And I think with each bull run, it ends up reducing by a factor. I have to go back and check the map, but my prediction was 50K, but obviously I'm just pulling that out of my ass, to be honest. Right? No AI there. Keeping it 100 with you guys. Bill, how about you?
Okay, so I think when you start, there is a thing in technical analysis where you just look at even numbers, right? Like, Bitcoin has spent so much time at 10,000 that it's going to take something powerful to move it away from 10,000. Now, most likely what will happen is it'll just go find the next level to sit at. I personally think it's 20, right? In other words, somebody on Twitter said something powerful about Square. They said the number one reason why Square bought Bitcoin is because they were afraid not to be long. They were afraid it was going to moon and they were going to miss it. So that just led me to believe that, the way it'll work is Bitcoin will sit at 10, it'll go to 20, and then it'll sit at 20. Right? And you've got to be on it the way Galaxy is, because Galaxy's sat all year and watched DeFi go up. That's Novogratz. They sat all year with Bitcoin and gold. They watched everything go up, 5 and 10x and crash. And they're sitting there with their stuff, with their Bitcoin and their gold. And then one day, Bitcoin will have its movement in this moment in the sun, and it's either going to be 16 or 20K. And then it'll go there and sit there for a while. Probably becomes a stable coin at 20K the way it's been a stable coin at 10.
Yeah. So actually, I found the image or chart I used to make that prediction. So this basically is showing what happens after each Bitcoin halving, right? So looking at this chart here, so we had a bull market for 243 days back in 2011. And if you notice, each bull run basically lasts longer, right? So he had 243. Next bull run after the first halving, 2013, was 368 days. The next bull run after the next halving, 2017, was 525 days. So back when we looked through this, it was just basically just looking at, okay, the bull runs are longer, but the returns decreased, because this was 177x return. This was 92x return. This was a 29x return. Right, so it's basically decreasing by a factor of, so this was by a factor of about 2 or 3. And this is kind of the same, right? So if we assume the bull run will be longer, but the returns will be lower, because that's kind of what historically has been happening with each halving. So that's how we ended up basically at around 50K or so. I think it was like 45 to 50K prediction. So Not quite pulling it out of my ass. But hey, tell us what you think. What do you think Bitcoin will be? Actually, so this prediction I think goes all the way until like 2022. So what do you think Bitcoin will be in 2021, based on the question from the audience? Curious to see everyone's prediction.